It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. Come celebrate the energy of children with the YMCA. It's a special day for us to get together. So bring family, I can't wait for them to see my thing. Bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. Just to inspire the things we like to do, art, science, and technology, just to name a few. So today, to have some fun, I think I will compete with my friends. I just might build a Benz. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thingamajig, my thingamajig, my thing, my thing, my thingamajig, my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig.
Y'all, welcome to the 29th annual Thingamajig. I assume everyone's super jazzed. I hope you're as jazzed as me. I absolutely love that song. We'll be playing it on repeat. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm so excited to see these tiny houses, y'all. Well, there they are. There's Rustin. Give me a 5. Yeah, thanks in the back. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Anyone want to jump off camera and give us a wave? Give us a good morning. Wow, Rustin is absolutely showering me in 5s.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you. My name is Lindsay. I work for the Y.
Okay. Well, we're campers at the Y.
We built this and we're really proud of it. We
Yeah.
built it in
I know.
over 2 hours.
Okay, first off, very large flex. I'm very excited to see it. I'm
Wow.
very excited to see it. Just out of curiosity, Rustin, what does thingamajig mean to you? What does that word mean?
It means something that's useless that I can make into something of my own.
All right. What else? Anyone else want to give us, what does thingamajig mean to you? What is that word?
Thingamajig means to me is that it could be useless to someone else, but it can be in use to me.
Ah, okay. Anyone? Yeah, let's hear it.
Thingamajig means it also may be useless to someone else too, but you can make it into something that is maybe not so useless at all.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Do I have one more?
Oliver, do you have anything?
Yeah.
Wait, where's Oliver? Oh, he's over there.
Yeah, he raised his hand.
Nate, do you want to share?
No.
He doesn't want to share.
Nate, share.
Anyone?
Come on.
Yeah. Anyone else want to share? What does thingamajig mean to you?
Marion, you want to share?
Wow, we're like the two
I
main
think that's
people at the front.
Spencer.
Thank you. We're doing
Yeah, what's
awesome. This
Yeah.
This is our 9 to 12-year-old group. We made everything with the thingamajig. Dedicated a whole week towards it. We made trophies. We made hats. We made handbags. We made clothes. We had skirts that were made out of trash bags. Our awesome counselors, Anjali and Sia Bella, have been headlining this whole thing. It's been a great endeavor. The kids are totally they're all for it. They would love a lot more time. I think it was supposed to be 2 stories, and there was supposed to be a flat screen TV on one of the walls. But I hope you guys are totally impressed by all of these guys. This is our older group, but this week they're a smaller group, 10 in total. But they've dedicated a lot of time, and we did schematic drawings of what we wanted it to look like.
Wow, y'all really wait. So just out of curiosity, then, what does thingamajig mean to you? You sound as invested as these kids are. What does thingamajig mean to you?
I love it. Some of the stuff I've been working for the Y for quite some time, not just in Reston, but in other states. We've created everything from shoes made out of old connectable boxes. We've made utensils out of popsicle sticks. I love the fact that kids can use their ingenuity, their genius, their creativity to basically create or just the remake or it's just boundless what they can do with
I love that. I love that. So for the kids, they're like, thingamajig, it's a thing. It's something useless that becomes useful. And for you, it's a mindset. Thingamajig, it's a way of life. It's a way of walk. I love that. Awesome. We've got about 1 minute till we see our first tiny house from Loudon, but we're going to wait 60 more seconds because we got a couple more people coming in. If you are a judge for our wonderful competition, can you give us a wave? You can do a little reaction emoji. You can unvideo yourselves and give us a wave. But let's say hi to our judges really fast. Thank you for being here. Thank you, judges. A couple of thank yous before we go any further. Of course, thank you to our acting CEO, Pam Curran, and our senior team and our board members, as well as our sponsors and partners. So we have Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, the FAA, the Patent and Trademark Office, as well as Equitable Financial. A lot of this could not have been done without financial and logistics support from folks at the Y, as well as our partners. Huge shout out to our Thingamajig sponsor and creator, the one, the only Janice Williams. I'll just clap for her. And then as well as our Thingamajig chairs, lashaun.murray, Ben Runyon, program director for YMCA Fairfax Reston, the Thingamajig committees, all the day camp directors. Thank you for making Thingamajig a priority for your campers. Clearly they are thriving. And thank you for the branch challenge committee, Diane Tate, Holly Peterson, and Melvin. Look at Melvin on screen. He doesn't know, but we're calling. Hey, Mr. Melvin, how are you? Thank you so much to you, Miss Holly and Miss Diana, Anthony Bowen, for being our branch challenge committee. So just as a FYI, our branch challenge winner is going to be announced August 2nd at the Patent Trademark Office. So literally come back next week and we will tell you who has won. Plenty of hands-on activities, plenty of fun to be had, and I'll be there. So you can come say hi to me. On that note, Loudon, you are first up. Can I please see your tiny house?
Hi, everybody. So our tiny house doubles as a rocket ship. And we basically thought about what would be cool if astronauts were exploring space. Here, guys, show them, while also living in space. So they're going to demonstrate how it works. You got it.
And let's start off with the front.
Here we go. Watch out. So Chase, where's the front, bud?
The front is this box for like a robot, one of those little robots.
A robot stored in there?
No, not a robot, but it's a box that used to have a room, like those little cleaning robots.
Okay.
Then we use this styrofoam that we found here. It meant to be our door, but we realized that it'd be a good windshield when we realized we were making a rocket.
Not sure the driver fits.
And then we have our astronauts area. We have a steering wheel and a control pad. And in there is a little, like, an area for someone to sit.
And when we make these for the real astronauts, they'll all fit in there, right?
Yeah, and if it was for a real astronaut, they would probably have one or two.
Perfect.
Able to fit in. We use this cut box that we found for the wings and connected it to the main box.
And we based it on the space shuttle we saw earlier, right?
And yes, we based it off of the space shuttle that we went to for the Air and Space Museum.
What about in the back? What do we got back there?
In the back, we have our fuel tank. This is just a box. And then we have the generator, and also known as engine, for the spaceship.
And what's your favorite part, guys? The one you've all been telling me about. The toilet.
Yes, we did make this styrofoam toilet with a hole in the bottom so that any waste can go through the bottom.
Is that it, guys?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The back,
Oh,
the back has this little box that has the other box that's fire.
very cool. You guys will put in front of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I have so many follow-up questions.
Wonderful group.
Well, first off, I absolutely love it. I love that it was inspired by the Air and Space Museum. When did you go to the museum?
We went to it yesterday.
Tuesday. We actually went there Tuesday. So we were working on this. It started Monday. And then we worked on a little bit Tuesday and then today.
We got some inspiration
Yeah,
from Air and
definitely.
Space. We also
I absolutely love that.
And yes, he did make it. He made it with some other stuff. So explain to us what's on it. There's spacesuit.
Help with like temperature and stuff, right?
Yeah. No.
Prototype, right?
Yeah. With the helmet.
So why was the toilet your favorite part? Like, why?
What? It's like the most
You can go, Reagan.
part that's important.
It's very important.
Yeah. Also, so we have the person that made it, the toilet, is sadly not here today, but his name was Levi, and he was one of my friends.
Well, please tell Levi that my jaw dropped on the floor when I heard that the toilet made out of styrofoam was your favorite part.
And he helped me make the front of the ship with tape. He taped the generator together and stuff. He also figured out which boxes we would need to make it. And yes, toilet.
Wow, so it sounds like Levi was your head engineer on this project.
He made the toilet after he decided to just make a mobile toilet, and he took, see this rod I'm holding right now? He took this and made a hole in it. He also like scraped the top of it. Pretty much though. I already had dibs on the
But they all
what that one. So any more
Okay,
questions?
right on. So my last question for you is, it's an astronaut house rocket ship. To what planet or to what star is this ship going?
connection might be a little weak. We had to use Bluetooth because the Zoom is blocked.
Well, after supposed to be the and we actually made the in honor drawing we actually made space in space, and it did have the moon on it, I'm pretty sure, and the sun.
Maybe Mars too.
But then we decided to make it go farther. Oh, yeah.
So the first one's going to the moon.
So we, yeah, Mars, it looks like a Mars. What about sun?
So we're going to Mars. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Loudon, for kicking us off literally with a bang. The astronaut house, a rocket ship, is definitely one to watch.
No, it will. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Loudon. We're going to pass it off to Fairfax Reston, also known as the YMCA Reston Sunflowers. Wow, they are so hyped. I can already see them like losing it in the background. All right, Loudon, you've been sitting. Oh, wow, they are really going for it. Yeah, let's unmute you. I am sure that's a loud room right now. Woo, scary. All right, Reston. The Reston Sunflowers. Now, I've already been told you're the 9 to 12 group of campers. So yeah, let's bring it. So let's unmute you.
All right.
Okay.
And then I am ready to see this tiny house.
Hey. Okay, so this is our creation. Guys, move out of the way. Out of the way. Give it a move. Okay, so
they built this again super quickly. They were super into making it, and it's meant to be a modern house, which is why the shape is a little atypical. But yeah, go ahead, take it away, guys.
wait, I'm gonna go first. No, and then Oh, we're going in. Okay.
Wait, do I hold the camera?
Okay. So we're gonna go in to show you the inside.
Do I
We have
hold
camera lady. Camera lady. You to go in and show
I love that they're going inside the house to show me like one of those HGTV style TV shows.
Yeah, this is a chair.
Hey, you see
This
it?
is a chair.
Don't destroy the house.
We're not gonna.
This is a chair. That's Nate in the chair, and
Explain the chair.
it's for
Oh, there's a whole person in that house.
And watching the TV on the breaking news channel.
No, just what?
Just the chair, Nate.
So you're telling me there's not only a human in that house, he's also watching breaking news on this flat screen TV.
Yeah. It's the news reporter fish from SpongeBob.
Okay.
What?
The news reporter fish from SpongeBob is so specific. I just have to give it kudos. Like, yes, okay, keep going.
What's the Lego block for?
The leg. This is our storage.
Yeah, that's for storage.
This whole thing.
Storage for what exactly? What are we storing?
We have games and stuff in there.
Yeah, we got Monopoly in there too.
Because this is a house for gamers, right,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a gaming house. Okay,
Hey, Mr. Kenny.
I'm gonna go in now.
So once they're done with the inside, just show
We
the
have another one of
Can you
our
see?
friends showing that this house can be made for more than one person. Right, guys?
Ellie and hi. My name's Ellie.
Can you see?
They can see.
So, guys, is this good for the
And then
environment?
we have another one in here. Her name's Brielle, and this is good for the environment because it's made out of cardboard. The only thing that we're not going to be throwing away is probably the games because we're going to use them. And we found this chair. It used to be a box for a baby, like a baby
Car seat.
a baby car seat. We made it into a chair. And then we have storage. We used empty boxes for it. And we had a leg rest. We have a leg rest in here. This is our leg rest. I made this one. This is a leg rest. Or a seat. It's more like it's more like a seat. So
It's like a little stool.
It's a stool. So I can actually sit on this without it breaking. And then the breaking news. And then this is our breaking news.
News
And
reporter.
this pretty much can only fit 3
Breaking.
people. We
Is
don't
it
have a lot of
mobile,
light in here,
guys?
as you can tell.
It is mobile. Is it mobile, guys?
It is Yes, mobile.
It is very mobile.
No, it's mobile.
Another one if we want people to see it.
All right, guys, come out and explain it some more. We have a working door.
Nate, get out very carefully, please.
Okay,
Awesome. Wow.
Can I get in?
No,
Okay.
we're not doing it.
Now me and my friend Ella are gonna explain how we made it and the structure. You guys know the camera slightly on that, right? We're both explaining. So we mostly made our house out of cardboard boxes and duct tape that we got from a Target across the street.
Lots of duct tape.
We used a lot of duct tape. You wouldn't know how much duct tape we used on this.
It's probably more than 99 or 100.
Yeah, and then we have a movable up and down door. This is the door to go in.
Yeah.
We use a lot of duct tape to secure it, and then there's literally a handle to go up and out, and then you can go in. And we used cardboard boxes to make a circle around with some of the boxes. You know how there's flappy things on it? We put those on the ground so it would stay up, and then we duct taped more pieces to keep it stable.
Yeah, and I designed the sketch of the house, and they are. So yeah, I just sketched the design, but yeah, that's all.
Okay, sweet. So I'm hearing we've got sketches of the design. We've got a house partially of cardboard, a lot of duct tape.
Yes,
A lot of duct tape.
No.
But we call.
I've got game storage, breaking news.
We called it a coffee bean because it kind of looks like a coffee bean, and we decided on the sunflowers because we all thought it would be cute. We were thinking about the coffee bean because it does look like coffee, but we ended up deciding.
All right, and it sounds like everyone's had a turn inside. Does anyone have like a favorite thing about it?
Oh, I do.
I did.
I did not.
What?
I love my favorite thing is the little chair with the little TV. It's like I'm sitting on the couch in a regular house. That's my favorite part.
All right, anyone else have a favorite part?
Goldfish TV on. Goldfish TV. It's the Goldie TV. It's the Goldie TV.
Anyone else
whatever.
have a favorite? Anyone else have a favorite component? Yeah, you.
I love the breaking news thing.
All right, I've got you in the back in the Adidas shirt. What's your favorite part?
So my favorite part about this house, because it's very small, because we. What did we say?
What's your favorite?
What's your mobile?
So my favorite was this thing because they just made because it was mobile. It was mobile.
Yeah, it's mobile. How did y'all decide that it was gonna be mobile? That's crazy.
Because it's I'm sorry. It's easier to move around, so you're not taking up so much space and then end up having to go to a different house that you can't move. You have to rebuild it. If you're moving, you can just take this with you. If you're not, if you're not, then you can keep it there. And another thing is, if you're moving from like a regular house, you can't. You're gonna either get an already built one or one that's building. It's just movable, so you can move it around.
Okay, so hear me out. Loudon's astronaut ship, rocket ship house is going to Mars. And if yours is also mobile, can yours go to like Wyoming? Can I take it to Alaska? Where am I taking this home?
If you treat it well and you make sure it's stable and stuff, you can move it around anywhere you want. But make sure it can move out of a door.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Out of the door? Why? What would the door do to it?
No, you need to move it out of a door.
Like you can. She means make sure it can fit through the door.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Of course. All right. So my last question for you guys is, it's obviously like you've thought a lot about what goes inside. Did you draw any inspiration from your own life, from your favorite video game, from your favorite TV show? What was like the inspiration behind everything inside?
SpongeBob. It's definitely SpongeBob.
That's why we added the news reporter fish. So what we kind of went for inspiration is just we want to make a mobile home that is small and that and instead of like some people have like a really big space that they don't even use. We want to make like a small space so people will use and they can take it anywhere they want.
We used SpongeBob. We incorporated SpongeBob in it. I feel like the reason some of us wanted to do a circular house is because the pineapple under the seat it's a circle. It's an oval, but it's a circle at the bottom. The base is a circle. We wanted to incorporate that, and we put a fish on our news reporter thing. And we used Gary for the chair because Gary's a snail. He can go in the chair, so that's how we came up with the chair.
Okay, this all super makes sense to me. And then any other things you want to add before we go? Great work, y'all.
Nothing.
Nothing? You're good?
I'm good. I forgot what I was gonna say.
So I know about this because we already talked about we already talked about this house because it was a high score.
Yeah, the high score gibbet.
All right. I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much. We've got to transition to our next team, but excellent work on your mobile SpongeBob inspired breaking news fish reporter house. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Let's do on. All right, so as we transition to Anthony Bowen, my judges, I feel so much sympathy for my judges right now because the creativity coming out of these tiny homes is kind of unreal. I don't even know how you guys are handling the pressure of judging this intense competition. Just from our first two alone, yes, just from our first two alone, we have an astronaut house that goes to Mars. We have a mobile home that can go wherever you want it, so long as it fits through the door, called a coffee bean. Oh, yes, it is such a tight cut. My judges are really feeling the pressure. On that note, let us transition to Anthony Bowen. Anthony Bowen, will you please show us your beautiful faces and your wonderful tiny home? It is none other than local celebrity Andre Glosson. Andre Glosson, how are you this morning?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're ready to present.
I love it. This is just something we're seeing on our end. If you can unfuzzy your camera, that way we can see the background. Right now we can't see anything because it's got the fuzzies on it. Now, while they're unfuzzing the camera, fun shout out to Andre Glosson, who not only works at Anthony Bowen, but is a former youth and government mayor for YMCA DC Youth and Government. So when I say he's a local celebrity, I'm not kidding. He is. He's a local celebrity. Okay. And while we're working out our video kinks, another shout out again, tons of thank yous for our acting CEO, Pam Curran, and our CEO, Angie Reese-Hawkins, our senior team, our board members, all of our sponsors, Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, FAA, Patent and Trademark Office, and Equitable Financial. Again, a ton of thank yous for those who support us. Truly, we can't do this without the support of others. We can't make the lives of children better without them. So a huge thank you. And of course, a huge thank you to our sponsor and creator of Thingamajig, Janice, as well as our chairs, LaShaun and Ben. Now, Diane, should we transition this pen to you guys?
We're ready.
Oh, yeah. All right, Bowen, take us away.
Testing.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. We're ready for it.
Okay, hi, we are Anthony Bowen. Woo! And so these are our tiny pet homes. And so I'm going to allow some of our students to help make out these little pet homes to take it away. Go ahead. Eric.
My name is Eric, and I help make the smaller pet homes.
Outside voices. You have outside voices.
Okay, so here we have our smaller pet homes. And we use these houses we use recyclable items to make these houses. And so some of our students, like Evie, would you like to go ahead?
So this one that one right there, I made it with my friends. And if you already have those materials, you don't need to buy it and waste your own money. You could just make it by yourself. And if you don't have anything for your dolls or big dolls that are small, you could just use that and pretend that the cooking was done.
So that's this first house off to the left. Yeah. And then is it the same for the house on the right side?
Yes. So this house, me and Eric, right there, him. We helped make this house, and this house is like the main house, but then this house is like the kind of fun house. And there is solar panels on top.
What? There are solar panels? So there's a fun house and there's and with solar panels on top. Okay, so I'm seeing, oh, thank you so much, whoever shown that light inside the house. Nice, thank you, Andre. So work me through what's inside here. I'm seeing popsicle sticks. I'm seeing, what is all that, what's all the fun stuff in the smaller house?
So they are feathers, and since it was an outdoorsy theme, there are feathers and like there's clay sculptures like mushrooms. So, and yeah, fences and a cool bed made out of popsicle sticks.
Wait, there's a pool inside the house?
On the top of the main house.
Yes.
No, show it to me. Show it to me. Oh my gosh, there's a rooftop pool. Y'all, how do I get into this house? Like, who wants my money? I will buy it.
Me.
You guys do? Okay. So whose brainchild was this? Who came up with this idea for a double fun house with a pool on top?
All of us. We all came up with the idea.
All right, well then, what was our inspiration? Were we like, had we seen it before? Is this what we want in life? Like, where are we drawing our philosophy from? Yeah, well, someone tell me.
Julian.
Julian, go ahead.
Yeah, Julian, go for it, man.
Go for it, Julian. I wasn't raising my hand, I was just sleeping.
Okay.
Okay, so we took inspiration from what we wanted the kids. We asked the kids what they wanted in their house. And we basically went through and asked them like, okay, so how would you like your house to look like? And they said, we want a pool, we want like a fun house. You know, we want stairs. There's a kitchen in the big house as well. And they have a bedroom upstairs. Several students made the bunk beds, which was really, really cool. And they did a really, really great job executing all their ideas into their fun house.
Yeah, I totally agree. Lots of great execution. Again,
wait, Lindsay,
can I rooftop pool?
Lindsay, can I jump in real quick? Oh,
yes,
I see a hand up, but I want to chat really quickly. In terms of designs, I am fascinated. I love the fact that the houses are, you know, small and they provide privacy while still keeping people close together in a community. I love the idea of using that rooftop space for more than just keeping the rain out, right? Multi-purpose space really helps keep your footprint nice and tight. I'm intrigued by the ladders. I love the fact that you thought through how people could go. You did the ladders, wonderful. Although I am curious how, if you have thoughts on how to make a multi-level house accessible to people of differing mobility, with differing mobility needs. I know a lot of older people have a hard time getting up and downstairs. I would imagine ladders would be the same thing. But staircases do take up a lot of space in terms of a house's footprint. So it's interesting that you went straight vertical. I'm wondering was anybody thinking of elevators or anything like that, where we could use vertical space a little differently without having to climb hand over hand and foot over foot? No, not so much.
Jade has a response.
So we thought of people with disabilities, and with this bunk bed right here, it has a side so that if somebody is in a wheelchair, then they can get up it easily.
Yeah, that's great thinking. And I love the idea of bunk beds maximizing the number of people that a house could accommodate if they chose. Lindsay, like I am really impressed with all of the thought that they put into this these designs.
I see a couple of guys does anyone else want to tell us something extra? I feel like I see a couple of hands up that want to share.
Callum, go ahead.
You want to say something?
I noticed
Go ahead, take your time.
So they can see you. You can go in front. Just stand in front right here so they can see you.
What did you build?
Over 11. There you go. There's count.
What did you build, Colin?
So I built this mushroom for the house, and I built that like weird thing. I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name of it. And a mountain. Yeah, a mountain. And I made this one with these 3 orange ones. The tree. And everybody else made all of these ones.
Well, thank you,
I
guys.
love it. Yeah, this is great. I've got time for one more addition before we go over to Calamir's. Anyone else want to add something about the tiny house before we go?
Olivia?
I'm the other one though.
Okay, go ahead.
Jada's going next.
So like we made the like little couch.
Go to the other side.
Stand it over this side. I turn that way
We
so they
made the
can.
little couch over here. We made like a little couch, and then we like made some grass and mushrooms. Then we made some flowers over here. Then we like
I
made
love it.
ovens.
Yeah, you guys really honed in on like really
And we
specific
also-
details inside
And
the
we
house.
also made popsicle people. We made popsicle people.
Are they tucked? Are they by that pool that I'm obsessed with? They are. They're by that pool I'm obsessed with. Man, you guys really
And then
nailed that
there's-
pool.
And then there's some on the couch. There's some on the couch. And then there's some in the bed. And then there's some in this house.
Yeah.
There's a lot of popsicle people. And then
Man,
we like
so
made
if
an umbrella. We made an umbrella up there.
well, I love this use of popsicles because in the other house at Reston, they used a ton of duct tape, and it really sounds like you guys doubled down on your popsicles. So I love this like incorporation of just different material.
Yeah, Lindsay, I know we have a couple polite hands raised in the back.
The slide to get to the top.
Yeah, and I know we have to go next to Calamiris. If the folks who raise their hands in the back, you feel free to email Lindsay or myself with your comments. We'd love to hear more about your design and engineering process when it came to creating these masterpieces, because you guys are all architects. So staff on hand, does everybody have my email and Lindsay's email? If there are kids who had their hands in the air,
We'll send it in the chat. We'll send it in the chat. But Bowen, excellent work.
Well done, Bowen. All right.
I love it.
So I'll put that in the chat now.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it as well. Calamiris.
Oh, there we go.
Calamiris, we are sorry for the delay, but we are absolutely ready to see this gorgeous house you've made for us. Take us away.
So the top bedroom, it's eco-friendly. It has solar panels. The solar panels collects light to produce the light, as you see in here. They have a mini light that's lighted by the sun. And in the night, all the lights it produces, right? And then all the lights turn on because the energy comes down to the lights. It helps.
Wow. So we're, just to clarify, this is like a solar panel, like a solar powered engineering feat.
Yes.
Yeah, keep going. This is awesome.
It does not take gas like other houses, and it comes from Mother Nature.
Okay.
Talk about your house. We'll tell them what the rooms are. Okay, yeah. So on the bottom floor, if you look to the right, there's stairs leading up to the bedroom. And if you look inside the house, there's a window with a light. and there's a couch, there's a seat. And if you look to the left, that's where the kitchen is. And there's another window.
And if you go all the way up here, it is a sunroom. So it's basically a house where you can press a button and the roof will go up. And you can sit right here and get tan. And there's another light right here. So if guests want to sleep in there, they can sleep in there. They have their own room.
Okay, there's no way y'all knew this, but I'm obsessed with pools and sun and tanning. So you really made my dream home.
So I'm really curious as to the design logic in that loft space, because you have both that high ceilinged or higher ceilinged space over to the right, and then also the smaller loft space for the sunroom and the bedroom. Tell me more about why you made those decisions in the ceiling height and space use.
So we made these decisions because a basic house would have a kitchen, a room, sometimes another room.
Yep.
And like a little mini space where you could put your pictures, your frames, and your stuff. And if you look closer, it's actually really bathroom. And some rooms have like little walk-in doors, and then you walk to the bathroom. And this is also an attic. You could put like all your stuff here, the stuff that you
storage.
are not
Absolutely. Who doesn't need storage?
You need to put all your stuff over here if you're not using it. So basically, it's a regular house, but some rich houses, if you can't afford this, it's fine. Some rich houses have the deal where you can press a button and the roof will pop open.
I'm sorry, if you push a button, the roof opens?
Yes.
I think that's a genius idea, both for energy efficiency and use of space, and getting fresh air into a space. I'm curious as to, like, so we've already got the solar panels up there. Would when you say the roof would it open like a box, or would they slide down to provide shade on either side while exposing your sun deck?
So basically, it's like this way, but not hitting the door or nothing. It was like halfway, like. So basically, it would go down because it connected enough energy, and the lights are really light. And it will go down so you can look up at the sky, get its hair, and be happy.
Good job, guys. So a lot of hot takes from this house. The roof opens up. There's a tanning floor. We have multiple rooms with multiple access points for people to lay down or sleep or eat. Y'all, excellent work. And then my last question is just, was there any one place of inspiration that you two drew from in order to design this house?
We basically drew from the important room so people would be able to sleep. We drew from the bedroom. We had to make sure that people would get the comfy feeling of laying on a space mattress. So we did this and we designed inside.
I find it really interesting that you that you put the kitchen on the ground floor. Tell me more about your thought process there. I can see a lot of design and functionality benefits from having your kitchen on the first floor, but I'm curious as to what had you make that decision yourself.
I think that we should have put the kitchen on the last floor, because let's say a stranger that you know kind of walks in and needs to eat something.
So you would just walk in, you'll go over there, you would get a little snack, and then leave back out to go where they have to go.
Right. Okay. So in terms of like keeping that area as more of a community space, while maintaining the privacy of the bedroom, you're basically creating that second story, so people can be more communal on the ground floor, right? Welcome in their neighbors. Also, the things that I was thinking of is that kitchens are typically, they're more likely to have tile floors. So you come in, your feet are dirty, you're carrying heavy groceries, you're quickly able to put those in the refrigerator, put those in the pantry. The kitchen on that ground floor, I think is a great idea, both from in terms of carrying things, but also to your point, where you want to be able to be a great, to be a great host, to welcome your friends and neighbors in. People are always, they always, at parties and whatnot, they always tend to converge on the food and on the kitchen. And I love the fact that you could easily transition between the kitchen and your outdoor area there, to welcome people and to greet your neighbors and things like that. I think that's a really interesting decision.
Man, so let's recap. So we've got a ton to see today, and I want to make sure we remember all of the amazing houses we've seen so far. So we have the astronaut house rocket ship, the mobile camper SpongeBob house, the tiny pet home with the pool roof, and then now a solar light powered open roof concept kitchen on the ground floor, tiny house. So many great designs, y'all. Excellent work. We're waiting to confirm Alexandria, but let's take a quick break to say some thank yous. So many campers are participating in this challenge today. So huge shout out to our branch challenge committee, Diane Tate, Holly Peterson, and Melvin Reed. Branch challenge winners are announced next week at the Patent and Trademark office at our large Thingamajig in-person event. I'll be there. Allison, will you be there?
Of course I'll be there. I'm bringing the news. I'm bringing my videographer. I'm bringing, I'll be taking pictures. We're inviting news outlets like television news stations and local publications to come and see everything that you guys have designed and built. I'll be looking for a few folks to speak to the press on camera about the different design and engineering decisions you've made in this challenge. So put your, do a little homework, a little pre-work in your head as to what you would say if I asked you, so tell me about your design, your creative and design process in meeting this challenge, right? So think about what your answers might be, and find me on August 2nd. I'll be walking around with my videographer Mila, and would love to get you on camera if that's okay with your parents.
Nice. Well, awesome. I can't wait to see you all back on August 2nd for the branch challenge winner announcement. But for now, Alexandria, it is your time to shine, my friends. Let us see that tiny, beautiful home. Take us away.
Goodbye, Calamiras.
Okay, so we have our house here, and on the roof we have like our solar panel, like kind of thing right here. And then we have our skyline, so you're able to like look out from inside of the house and see like the sky if we were outside.
And it's also so that you don't have to, like, it's energy efficient, so you don't have to use much energy as lighting, so you can just have skylight as lighting.
Yep, I know school buses and UPS trucks have transparent roofs so that they can see without electricity.
Yeah.
And then this part here is that if you wanted to be like in tune with like the outdoors, you could leave it up, especially during like the summer with the heat. But then like when it gets colder, you're able to like unravel this part, and it'll go down acting as like a wall. So
you've got, so is it an awning, or is it is it a wall?
It can act as like a wall if you wouldn't want to be like on like the outdoor side of it.
I see.
Go down. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This looks pretty big. Can one of you fit inside this home?
Yeah.
I can.
Lindsay, when you were a kid, how many days did you spend in a box? Because
So
that
many
was my
quarts.
favorite toy. Yep,
Whoa, look at
100%.
that. That guy looks super comfy too. Like you don't look like you're hurting for space. Like you look like you're chilling.
Yeah. One of the things that I think is really interesting now, our engineer on the left here, the idea of movable walls and flexible use space is really intriguing. Was that an intentional part of your design process, or was that just a side effect of using a box?
So it was like an idea of ours, so you wouldn't feel like restraint from being able to like be on the outside.
Yeah.
And you actually be able to like let like the heat in, or like when it gets cold,
yeah,
then you could like drop it back down.
Yeah.
And then inside to like the right, we have like a TV. So it says like YMCA News, if you're able to like see that one, like that.
And of course, you're watching all about the YMCA and YMCA News. That's my job, man. Love it.
Coincidentally, Allison is on the screen.
And then to the left, we have like a multifunctional kitchen with like you're able to use like a stove or like the oven, and that would just be like your kitchen space.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the I think it's really interesting that because of when it comes to designing and engineering houses, the kitchen and the bathrooms are one of the things that need to have much more structural engineering around them, simply because they have all of the pipes, the gas, and the electricity. So I like the fact that that element is fixed, because otherwise it would be very unsafe to have, you know, exposed pipes moving around and things like that. But I'm really intrigued at the fact that your house has the overall footprint is still larger, and the flexible walls that you have, both ground level walls that can expand to, you know, maybe you want to host a larger party, or maybe you want to you know, play pickleball right in your house, but then when that need changes, you're able to change that back. One of the things that people, when they're buying cars, they will often think of they will often want a much larger car than they need most of the time, because they have like, oh, once a year we drive everybody to the beach and we need to be able to fit 8 people and 2 dogs to go on this trip. But the rest of the time, it's just like one person driving around in this enormous car. And so I like the fact that you've given yourself that structural flexibility to have, so that the house itself can be sort of right-sized for the job, right? Because if you only throw a big party once a year, right, you don't need to heat and cool that giant house 364 other days. And I find and when I say flexibility, I actually do mean the flexibility of your materials selection for that optional wall. Really interesting. You know, if we
I have a technical logistics question.
Yes.
If we have time for one more, which is just that to Allison's point, it sounds like you guys have really thought a lot about like just how to make this practical. What was the hardest part about building this?
Definitely, like, so the right wall over here, originally we had a different wall for that, but it broke, so we had to make an entirely new one. And like the bottom of it would like sag inwards, so that was
it broke. Why did it break?
So like when we were building it, we originally built it outside,
and then we had to move it inside, and we had to like pick it up and move it through the doors. And while we were doing that, it tipped over and it fell on its like side. And
y'all, how sad were you when it broke?
We were
pretty, like,
it took a pretty long time to put it back together.
Yeah, but that brings up an interesting materials. Part of the design and engineering process is material selection and purpose. So I'm assuming this is just a model house to demonstrate your desires for flexibility, design, and in the final design. If it were going to be an actual house, I am assuming the walls would not be cardboard. It would not be cardboard and paper. Well, but I mean, that's, different people have been making houses out of very different materials for thousands of years. Mud, sticks, right? Thatch, roofs used to be made out of grass. So I am curious in terms of if we're going to keep the walls sturdy but flexible. Do you have any thoughts on the kinds of materials you'd be able to use that would avoid things like breaking and would increase your ability to move the walls around like you'd thought, and then also keep the house weatherproof, because that is one of the entire points of a house.
So definitely when thinking about that, the structure of a house would need to be built with something much different from how we used
right. Do you have any suggestions or thoughts
of what to use?
Yeah. So for example, one of the things that when people were using elements like adobe or brick, right, they were taking clay out of nearby deposits and using that to create very sturdy but very heavy and structures that not necessarily anybody could build. You'd need a mason. You'd need somebody who actually knew how to do it, because you have all of those heavy bricks way up high, and if you do it wrong, right? However, I've been seeing stories on experimental houses that use 3D printing to essentially build a plastic house. It's much lighter because it can be hollow. It's stiff enough where the sides would be stable. I'm not sure they could do 2 stories, and I'm not sure you have 2 stories there, but I'd be curious as to whether or not you could use recycled plastics into panels, perhaps that could achieve what your design vision is there. I'd be curious to see if something like that might work.
Yeah,
that would be pretty nice, because I've also seen 3D printing houses, but with material like concrete, and I've seen
yep, I saw that
as a disaster relief, after homes have been destroyed, they can put up a home in 3 days, because the machine that makes it is just
it's poured in place. Yeah,
it's constantly building it.
Yeah, but the issue with concrete is that it's super
we
fast.
are out of time.
Oh,
unfortunately,
no.
Alexandria, you guys have
I could talk about
so
material sciences all day, Lindsay. You're cutting me off.
I know you could. Alexandria, you guys are y'all really have really elevated this conversation past what I am physically capable of. So it's a good thing. We have to keep going. But Alexandria, excellent work. Way to really take our engineering abilities to the next level.
Yeah.
Thank you for overcoming that huge obstacle where you had to rebuild your whole right side of the house. Congratulations on a really great project, and we'll see you at the Branch Challenge winners next week.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing your design ideas. This is really cool.
Thanks, y'all. That means it is time for YMCA Erlan. Erlan, we are ready to see this tiny home. Take us away.
All right, camera on. Okay, it's on, guys. All right. Hi. So over here.
Wait, real quick before we get started, can we fix the Zoom filters so that the background comes in clear?
The filters.
No worries. We want to see all of the goodness. Hello, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing all right. I love the bucket hats, especially on a hot day.
Yes, I'm trying to stay warm. Stay cool. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
stay warm, not hot, right?
Yes.
So it's the Zoom is having a hard time. I think there's probably a background filter on that prioritizes.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Thank you so
right.
much.
Erlan, show us that beautiful tiny home.
Welcome to Air Learning Program Center. These are the CITs.
Hello.
You guys say hi. Okay, we're gonna start from one of our projects here.
There, start over there.
Okay,
Okay, so here's our tiny house over here.
Hello.
It's
Hello.
two people. It has a doorway that says door on it, and it is held up mainly by a big stick. Let's open the door back up again. Yeah, a very big stick that is completely covered in tape.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Happens
Hello.
quite resilient in its nature. Yes. It's been through a lot.
It has.
Well, I find it interesting. So buildings have different mechanisms for staying up, right? So sometimes that mechanism is stiff, strong walls. Sometimes with for tents or yurts, they do rely on one center stability, a tent pole in this case, to hold up the rest of it. And then there are also situations like in I think Notre Dame Cathedral, where the walls aren't strong enough because they have stained glass. And so they have to use a structure called a flying buttress, which is basically an exterior wall to hold up the roof to take that weight off of the side supports. So your use of a center support to hold up the structure is well engineered. That's a good workaround when materials can't support the roof.
All right, tell us more about this house. Where did the inspiration come from?
where does inspiration come from?
Where did the inspiration come from? You take this. You're also doing it. You go build it.
So the inspiration that we got from this was just kind of like a small little hut. So yeah, it's pretty much just a small little hut that we kind of or it kind of is shaped like a car, so like a RV trailer, or yeah, so like a hut trailer. It kind of has its own shape.
Now I'm curious, there were two of you inside there earlier. Sorry. There were two of you in there earlier, but you looked a little close together. Is this an emergency shelter or is this a home?
It's a home.
It's a home. Okay, so tell me more about what would make it a comfortable and effective home.
Well, we got a porch. Yeah, we have a small porch, nice lighting that comes in through this wall.
It will fit a rocking chair.
There is a rocking chair in there and a very nice door that says door on it.
We have a pole right here.
Yes, it is.
This was gonna be like decoration, but then I got all tangled.
Yeah, no.
And this is the doorknob. Very creative, right?
It's a twig.
The twig.
Yeah, very creative.
Found in nature.
So it's very natural.
Okay, so so work us through your design one more time. Just give us the big overview. How did this come together?
All right, so as a big overview, we have this RV trailer home that has been made out of cardboard, Scotch tape, duct tape, and sticks. We I had something to say and I forgot what it was. We happen to have a driveway that goes out front with this nice basketball hoop over here that you can't see because camera angle. Yeah, there's a very clear view that you could put things out front in, and yeah.
And remind me, I think you said 2 people can fit in your house.
Yeah, well, we could maybe smush 3 in there, but 2 comfortably.
Just say, no, it's for 7-year-olds.
But yeah, it's for 7-year-olds though. So like if we were to throw some 7-year-olds in there, we could probably fit like 4. They would go.
Okay, all right.
I mean, because we had like 3 like 13 and 14-year-olds in there, and we weren't that comfortable. But because 7-year-olds are like half our size, I mean, it would be that we could probably get 3 of them in comfortably.
Right on. All right, is there anything else our judges need to know about your house for the challenge?
Okay. Around this side, we also have a window. Yeah. It's currently closed, but we do have a window.
Very nice view.
Yeah, it provides many nice views to the people inside, makes it a very comfortable living space to be in.
You have to open it first, though.
Yeah. Currently, though, no one's inside to open it, so like you can't do that.
Okay, super great. Well, Erlon, thank you so much for showing us your wonderful house. We're going to transition to Silver Spring now, but way to go. And I love the fact that you've thought about this for 7-year-olds and you want to smush as many 7-year-olds in that house as possible. So thank you so much for showing it to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Silver Spring. So just to remind everyone who's coming in late to our presentation, this year's branch challenge revolves around the fascinating world of tiny houses. The team project will encourage collaboration between campers and counselors, thinking about building skills, imagination, and environmentally conscious designs. And we want each branch this year to build a tiny home using recycled material. And the objective is to create a comfortably accommodating house for an average 7-year-old. So it's safe, it's functional, it's aesthetically pleasing, and ideally, someone can fit inside it. So on that note, Silver Spring, show us your design.
Hello.
All right, go ahead and work us through your tiny house.
Which channel? Oh, that one. Okay. Hi, I'm Kit. So wait, can you see us?
Yeah, we can see.
So this is River creepy playroom for some reason. We don't need to do creepy, we can just do playroom. So it's got a scary doll. There's a frame. I don't see where the frame is. A lot of cobwebs and spiders. Spider, cobweb, yellow spider. A snake. A doll. That's a big snake. Like a doll. Wait. There's toys. Can you speak up? Pets. Pen. Wait. It's not supposed to be creepy with blood. It's labeled blood right there. Yeah, that's just ketchup. Okay, that's just ketchup. Okay.
So we've got our creepy playhouse with ketchup. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. No blood.
Okay.
We don't want blood.
Then we changed it to ketchup.
Then there's apparently the dining room.
Yes, the dining room. Yeah. Wait. Next is another kitchen. That right here. I know, but the next one is kitchen. So let's just do both. This is the dining room / kitchen. Yes, this is supposed to be a chair. Here are, I think these are sunflowers on the table. Yes, sunflowers. Yeah, sunflowers. And these are the silverware. Stuff to eat with. I forget. It's called silverware. Silverware. Yeah. And here's more silverware. There's fork. That's all you need. And now we have kitchen. Why are there cobwebs in the kitchen? It's supposed to be a creepy kitchen, right? I think forgotten fish. It's got forgotten fish. I think it's supposed to be like an old kitchen. Old kitchen. It's an old kitchen. Okay. It's got an old arm. The cobwebs are right here, I'm pretty sure, and there's dust that I can't actually see. There's dust. Old armor.
Hey, Kit.
There's
Go ahead, Felix, keep
dust
going.
right here. I don't see the dust though. There's cobwebs on the bridge. Yeah. And there's the next. I can't read one of the things. But
It says butter knives. No, butter knives.
Did you butter? Not yeah, butter knives. But banjet. Oh, and it's showing that this is creaking while it's opening. It says creak. Sorry. Should we move on to the next room?
What's the next one?
Yeah, I can't read all of this. The next one is the living room. There's an armchair. There's okay, I see I think it's a PS5 controllers. I don't know. And a Nintendo Switch. Yes. And there's the PS4. Okay, I guess the PS4. There's table. There's a TV. I guess to play your PS4. Wait. There's one thing I can't read, so let's just move on. This is the one that I made. So I made an ironing board, closet, a dryer, a washer, hand sanitizer. I don't know how to spell hand sanitizer, so I just tried my best. A vacuum cleaner, power outlet, and a broom. That's at least what I think it's called. And then this is the room I made. Is there any labels? I can describe it. It's giving off a calm, fun vibe. It's the bedroom. It's a bedroom.
All right, so I'm seeing a lot of different rooms. Where did the creepy theme come from?
We were trying to make a creepy house, but that didn't actually. That didn't work. So we have it's supposed to be a bedroom, but Christopher accidentally spelled bedroom. So I think he was. I think he. Yeah. I think that's him. This is the bed.
Do you have anything else?
What?
Do you have anything else?
I don't know. Maybe Christopher was trying to make a house.
Well, and I was going to say, it sounds like you two are sitting inside the house. Can I zoom out a little bit? I want to see, can anyone fit inside it?
Go sound.
All right, so we've got a little nice roof over top. All right, nice. Any other things you want to add for our judges about your tiny house?
So we have an upstairs. I haven't showed you all the rooms, but we didn't get to paint the inside. But it's okay. Yeah, we painted these.
That's good to know that there's technically a second floor. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Silver Spring, for showing us your tiny house. Excellent work. It is indeed creepy. I'm glad. Is that what?
There's two more of the rooms. It's my
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. All right, let's take a brief break for some thank yous. Again, super huge thank you to our CEO, Angie Reese-Hawkins, our acting CEO, Pam Curran, the senior team, and our board members. Huge special shout out to our sponsors and partners, Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, FAA, Patent and Trademark Office, as well as Equitable Financial. Does anyone know who our Thingamajig sponsor and creator and founder? Does anyone know who that is? Miss Allison, would you like to give us a guess? Who is the sponsor, creator, and founder of Thingamajig?
29 years ago, Janice Williams, our very own Janice Williams, founded Thingamajig so that kids could have more STEM and STEAM opportunities all year long. And now Thingamajig is held in YMCAs across the country, from Florida to Seattle and San Diego to New England. It's very popular.
Thank you so much, Ms. Allison. You are absolutely correct. Our founder, sponsor, creator, and legendary woman of the day of our city is Janice Williams. She's actually on the call now. Janice, thank you so much for coming up with Thingamajig. In 29 years, it is incalculable the impact you have made on kids across our city and now the nation. Also, special shout out to our Thingamajig chairs, lashaun.murray and Ben Runyon, who have helped orchestrate all of this, both today and next week. Next week, Lindsay, what's next week? Well, that is when the Branch Challenge winner will be announced August 2nd at the Patent and Trademark office. There will be plenty of hands-on activities for kids to learn more about STEM, STEAM. I know Youth in Government will have a booth ourselves, come and learn about civic engagement at the same time. And all winners, Thingamajig project winners and Branch Challenge winners will also be announced August 2nd. So be sure to come back out for that, as that's going to be a super, super fun day. I look forward to being back with all of you. Ethiopia, it's only been about 2 hours. Can we hear my favorite song one more time, please?
It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. Come celebrate the energy of children with the YMCA. It's a special day for us to get together, so bring family. I can't wait for them to see my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. Just to inspire the things we like to do. Art, science, and technology, just to name a few. So today, to have some fun, I think I will compete with my friends. I just might build a Benz. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. It's my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thing, bang, 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 my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thingamajig, my thingamajig, my thing, my thing.
It is no secret. Anyone who's met me knows that I'm absolutely obsessed with that song. No regrets. Sometimes when I'm biking, I will literally hum that song because it's just so catchy. For those of you just now joining us, just a reminder, we are doing the Thingamajig Branch Challenge Tiny House Edition. This year's challenge revolves around tiny homes, and it's a team project that encourages collaboration between campers and counselors. And it's an incredible opportunity for participants like campers and counselors to explore their imagination, showcase their building skills, and practice environmentally conscious design by adhering to the Thingamajig rules. So for this challenge, we wanted each branch to build their own tiny house using recyclable materials within a budget of about $40. And the object was to create a tiny house that can comfortably accommodate an average 7-year-old inside. So it's going to be safe, functional, and aesthetically funky, maybe some creative designs, all while constructing this miniature dwelling home for a 7-year-old. So we are right now in our virtual judging. We are over halfway through, and the branch challenge winner will be announced next week at our patent and trademark Thingamajig huge day, August 2nd. Come out for hands-on activities, come out to have fun, meet other kids from other camps, and kids from across the city, and you can see me there. I'll be back. Our judges are looking at all of these tiny homes for creativity, resourcefulness, and inclusion. So with that, I do believe, are my power scholars on?
Yes, we are. We need about maybe a minute, but we are.
All right, no worries. That's actually perfect timing for me to run through some thank yous. So while Power Scholars is getting ready, we'll just do a couple of thank yous again to our CEO and our Angie Reese-Hawkins and our acting CEO, Pam Curran, everyone on the senior team, as well as our board members. Special thank you to our sponsors, Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, FAA, Patent and Trademark Office, as well as Equitable Financial. We've already given her a shout out, but again, Thingamajig wouldn't even exist without its creator, Miss Janice Williams, as well as our Thingamajig chairs, lashaun.murray and Ben Runyon, program director from YMCA Fairfax Ruston. The Thingamajig committees and all of the day camp directors, thank you for making Thingamajig a priority. And thank you to the Branch Challenge Committee, Diane Tate, Holly Peterson, and Melvin Reed. Special shout out to our judges. I don't know who you are specifically, but I know for a fact that you have a very tough job today. Thank you for volunteering your time and attention to each of these tiny homes. Watching them, seeing the creations, you have a very hard job in front of you. Hopefully I've only made it harder because I'm blown away by all of these designs. And remember that the Branch Challenge winner will be announced August 2nd at the Patent and Trademark Office. So please come back for that. And on that note, my beautiful Power Scholars, let me put a spotlight on you.
I got you. 1 second, Mo.
Yeah, take your time. And for those of you who didn't know, I'm currently at Seton Elementary, which is where Power Scholars is held. So while I'm hiding away in a classroom, they are somewhere getting their designs together. So hopefully I can celebrate with them after I leave this small classroom.
We're here.
So Mike, I'll ask you to do, this is something that we've had a couple of different cameras. If you can unfuzzy your background so we can see the design. Sometimes it just gets lost in the fuzzy.
Oh, through the settings. I'm so okay. I got you. Can I do that through the, let me see.
Yeah, I love it. You can really tell we all care about privacy and professionalism because this is the third or fourth camera that's been fuzzy. So I really appreciate that everyone is so professional. They want to blur out their backgrounds for us.
Is it Lindsay?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. No problem. So we're ready to present. Let me check
Yes,
with my
sir. Take us
scholar.
away.
So, we're in the middle of lunch. So it's, a little transition going on. Y'all ready? Okay.
Now, if I recall, Power Scholars last year, they had a cake house. So my expectations are sky high.
Okay. Well, we like to, year by year, step up just a little bit. And I just want to make sure my presenters are in place. Can y'all go over to your house and be ready? So, because this is your project, I want you to be able to talk about it. I know it's lunchtime. Y'all. Let me get you some water while you present. I got you. All right. So, Ivy, you gonna come up too, right? Yeah, I want you to be able to talk about it. All right, and tell what you know about it. All right. So let me see if I can flip our camera around, and we are ready. Okay.
Wow.
You doing good?
He said, "Are you doing good?" Yeah. All right.
Okay.
This
is the house we built. And that plastic is the solar system to solar. This is the solar.
And guys, speak up because I don't want to say it for you. So speak up so they can hear you. Okay.
This is our house, and this is our solar roof. It's like powered by the sun to power the electricity.
Okay.
And when you pull this up, this is the inside.
I got you. Go on in. You can go.
Come in. There's a refrigerator that you can open and close. Here's some eggs, some orange juice, and some 2% milk.
Okay.
And a medic box. And there's a medical box. There's a first aid
We
kit.
trying to get over here.
There's a first aid kit. Okay. And when you go in more, there will be a shelf. And a sink that you can wash your dishes in. To wash your dishes, there's hot and cold water, and there's forks so you can eat with. And here's a little shelf for it to eat with. But since the shelf is so close to the wall, and you can't you just pull it out. You can eat when you're done. And when you're done, take your dishes and put them in the sink.
Also, there's another one.
Okay.
Follow me.
All right. So just follow. We're going around. We're coming out for a bit. All right. So, okay, hold on, Ivan. Let me get over here. So she's talking about this part.
And there's a window right here.
And then we have a window.
And then we get over here. This is the dog house. His name is Scholar, and he is right here.
Hey, Scholar. All right.
Now when we come over here,
and look at the flowers.
When we come over here, we have a garden full of bees and flowers, and then we have grass at the bottom.
Okay. Let me get to this side so I can get the whole shot that you need. Okay. Nice. Anything? I just want to make sure we don't miss anything. This is okay. Are you done? Are you? Oh, good job. Good job.
Wow, I have so many questions. Okay, so let me recap what I think I heard. We have a solar roof. We have a first aid kit. We have a refrigerator with straight up milk inside it. We have a sink. We have 2 chairs. We have a shelf for accessibility and a dog house with an actual dog named Scholar. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Wait, I think I've got something. The entrance.
Y'all, my jaw is on the floor. Who was the mastermind of this creation? Who's our lead engineer?
Who's our leader? This was a team project. Now we did have some good teachers too. We had some good teachers here. He said he was missing one. Who was the leader? Does anybody say that they were the leader, or was this collaborative?
It was collaborative.
See, you know how it is. Collaboration.
And then we have a hole for the dog to get in the house.
Oh, he gets in the house to the
For
top.
shelter.
All right.
And we wrote, "You're a star and just do it and you'll do great."
You're a star, just do it and you'll do great. Look at that. I like that. Who drew the dog? Nice.
So we've had a lot of different houses pull inspiration from a lot of different places from, Allison had us thinking about like Adobe Craft, astronauts, SpongeBob. tiny pet homes, solar panel. Where did your inspiration come from?
Well, I can't speak for the whole inspiration, but I know we did. It was a book called If I Built a House. And that was what it kind of began there, kind of. And then from there, I can't talk about anymore. Y'all got to talk about how you went on from If I Can Build a House.
Basically, we're planning on making a small house, so we had a lot of boxes to work with. So we just thought, maybe we could make a bigger house. And so we made a bigger house. We made a house for a dog because we had extra parking.
Okay.
And we also got stuff from the book, and we was thinking about putting a roof, but then we was gonna put a solar because we didn't want to be just normal. We just wanted to be like better than normal.
That's right. And then, not to put you on the spot, the solar part of the house.
It makes the electricity.
Okay.
And it makes light coming from the sun.
Okay. I was testing you.
Well, where can I get a copy of this book?
Okay, so look, okay, I couldn't find the book, right? So we went on YouTube and saw the storybook. But when I find the book, I'm gonna give you I have it. It's somewhere.
Yes. All right, Miss Sydney, I see you in the back. What was the hardest part about constructing this?
Say that again, please.
She said, what was the hardest part about constructing the house?
Keeping it together.
Keeping it together. You got a story about it falling apart last night.
Keeping it together. What do you mean? What happened?
So last night we were making it and it came out great, but then we folded it up and put it back. And then the next morning it was just all falling apart.
There was a cave.
So what did you do?
So we had some tape and we patched it up, and then we just colored it with paper and added our accessories.
All right, nice. So you hit a challenge, decided you weren't going to let it get you down, and you recovered. Nice. Miss Allison, I know you're our engineering material science lady. Any questions while we wait for our next group to come on at 12:30?
What I find really interesting is that this is the first group who has really put a lot of thought and care and consideration into the external appearance of their house. Most folks have been heavily focused on the furniture and stuff like that. But as we all know, how your house looks on the outside is a big part of community cohesion, right? Because if I went outside and painted my house, blinky lights, neon red, flashy pink, and covered it with TVs, my neighbors might be like, I don't want to look at that. No, Allison doesn't belong here. So I think the fact that you really put a lot of effort into the external appearance of your house and making sure that your community would appreciate the effort and the beauty. And I see you've got some the crepe paper flowers and whatnot. I think that is worth an extra look, simply because it really is a big part of community cohesion. And tiny houses are going to already have a challenge in terms of integrating into existing communities. So I think making them look like attractive, welcoming neighbors is going to be a huge check when it comes to not only having a neighbor, your neighborhood welcome your tiny house, but also if I want to downsize to a tiny house, I would like to live somewhere that beautiful and that pretty. And I think it makes it a lot more accessible to people who might be considering this kind of downsizing or right sizing.
I like Miss Allison's absolutely right. You've thought about accessibility in both your internal and your external. And I just have to, can y'all climb in one more time? Let me see. How many people can you get inside the house?
I want you to climb in again. How many of us can get in?
How many can get in?
You said 2. Let's see. Okay. Let me help with this part. Okay, I'm gonna help with this part.
Well, we have 2 C's, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I think.
Let's see if we can close you in there for a second. Okay, we won.
Yep,
We went up.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's bigger than my first apartment.
Yeah.
Wow, Power Scholars, you're really putting the power to the Power Scholars name. Excellent work. I literally can't wait to go downstairs and see that.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Power Scholars. We're going to transition, but excellent work. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So just to recap, we have seen an astronaut house rocket ship from Loudoun County. We've seen a mobile SpongeBob inspired tiny home from Fairfax. We've seen tiny pet homes with popsicles and solar panels and pools on the roof from Anthony Bowen. We've had a solar powered lofted roof open home from Calamiris, a solar panel skyline, summer heat, winter cover home from Alexandria. Airlon had a tiny home. Silver Spring had the creepy play home, and now Power Scholars with their solar roof accessible first aid dog house with a dog named Scholar Home. Y'all, it's hard to keep up with all of these great creations. Excellent work. I'm with the judges. It's impressive that they're all so different. Wow, y'all really took this branch challenge to heart. And remember that the branch challenge winner gets announced August 2nd at Thingamajig at the Patent and Trademark Office. Again, tons of hands-on activities, as well as announcing all the winners. Thank you to everyone out today, as well as our sponsor and creator, Janice Williams, our chairs, LaShaun Murray and Ben Runyon, our committees, our day camp directors, as well as the Branch Challenge Committee, Diane Tate, Holly Peterson, and Melvin Reed. And to our sponsors, Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, FAA, Patent and Trademark Office, and Equitable Financial. We're down to our last 2 groups, Arlington and Youth and Family Services. I do see Tamirian on here. Tamirian, are you with your Arlington crowd? Let's see if we'll have them on. Tamirian, can you, are you with your Arlington crowd? Can you show us any of your tiny homes?
Lindsay, I'm assuming you can't hear Tamirian either.
No, yeah, I was going to say I'm waiting for them to unmute.
Okay.
But we'll just, while we wait, so Miss Allison, you've been seeing what I've been seeing. Any hot takes, any tiny homes that are sticking out to you in terms of homes that have inspired you personally or who have challenged the very physics of engineering?
Well, I think a lot of, I think it's really interesting that we're looking at a couple big trends in terms of home ownership. One of the things that I learned recently was that it's going to be much harder for people born in this most recent generation to own a home, especially to own a home in a densely populated urban area. Simply because older generations have gobbled up all of that real estate. So I think the focus on getting housing needs met is going to be really interesting, and then using the space flexibly and attractively and efficiently was something that I've seen a lot of folks prioritizing. They're trying to focus on the most important parts of making a house a home, right? So they have kitchens, they have seating, they have beds, and they're also using outdoor space a lot more flexibly. So many homes currently have big grass yards, right, that never get used. or, you know, front yards that never see any foot traffic, right? So by rethinking how we use real estate, and, you know, whether or not we move up to second stories, and then the larger flexibility on both the structures themselves and how they're used. One candidate, or one of our designers was talking about how when someone you don't know wants a snack, right? You'd like them to be able to, you know, come into that kitchen while not going into your bedroom, right? And it's a very different way of thinking than sort of the traditional, like, four walls, nuclear family, no one is in this space. So I think they are really rising to this challenge and looking at housing and communities and real estate in a very new and different way. It's sort of like it's kind of like the sharing economy, right? If I don't need a car 365 days a year, if I only need a car a couple days, well, there's now an economy for that. And I think that just by taking another look at what houses are supposed to achieve while still being good members of a community is really interesting. I don't know about your background, but I am heavily familiar with neighborhoods that have giant houses for 4 people and giant yards that nobody plays in, and streets that are only for cars, right? So I am really curious as to whether or not we're going to be able to come up with solutions where older Americans can age in place, right? So maybe, you know, my mom's in her 80s. She has a big house, but she's not able to get around that house like she used to. Could we use a tiny house in the backyard to make sure that she can stay near her friends, near her family, without facing the challenges of a more traditional structure that was built 100 years ago, right? So we've got these structures that, and as soon as the next group comes on, I will stop talking, I promise.
No, we're hanging. No, I will say, to your point, I think our kids today have demonstrated that they are up for the task. But yes. I like your point about cultural context. A lot of our kids grow up either in the suburbs or here in DC, and so yep. Each of their houses kind of speaks to your point, how to make it a home while making it efficient and small. And now that you mentioned just like cultural context of where people grew up, maybe that's why some of the homes have a pool on the roof versus no pool, versus a dog door versus no dog door. It's all very
versus a pool in the backyard that all of your neighbors can see but can't play in, right? I think that's really interesting.
Allison, have you ever made a tiny home yourself?
I have never made a tiny home myself. My cousin is a builder, basically. She works with a very well-known community building company, and she is obsessed with tiny homes. And so she has a big plan where she's going to build a tiny home, but then she also needs a giant storage unit for all of her like camping and hang gliding and rock climbing equipment. So she doesn't actually need like an air-conditioned and fully plumbed home for all of that junk that she needs to store, right? So again, she's looking at a much more modular way of living and a much more right-sized, right designed purpose. Because I know people who have huge houses and they say they need these huge houses because they need to store, you know, all of their Christmas decorations. Well, your Christmas decorations don't need air conditioning, right? Your Christmas decorations don't need to be downtown. So it's really interesting that we had one entry earlier that actually had they came up with 2 houses side by side, which
that was the Bowen crowd.
which I think is a really interesting idea in terms of new family structures that may be coming up, different people having different needs in terms of, you know, somebody needs it quiet, somebody needs it loud. You don't necessarily have to be just so tight side by side. So the fact that people are sort of breaking out different elements of their lives and realizing that not everything needs to be in one giant box. It's much more flexible in its thinking. It's much more practical in terms of land use and the economics of it. So I'm really excited to see what other answers to some of these challenges and some of these problems our participants are bringing to the table today.
Now, I will say the only thing for me, I don't know about you, so I like, you actually already asked me this, but I'll just reiterate. I was a big fort person, so I'm just
100%.
missing all of these blankets. But maybe Arlington will have the blanket I've been looking for all my life. To Miriam, I think you are our last, you are the finale. Arlington Y, you're gonna bring us home and wrap us up. Let's make you the spotlight. And you guys can take us away. Give us well, let's change our, I love everyone's professionalism. Let's change our setting on your video so that we can see everybody. Right now,
there we go.
Perfect. All right, so Arlington Y, present us your tiny house, please.
Who's pushing me? This is our amazing house of doom. So we started this house Monday, and I didn't really think that we were gonna get this far. Because, game room. Okay, my bad. So at the bottom floor here, no one can see your face.
It's okay. Down. She just needs to see the house.
So here at the bottom, we have our game room or our living room or a ping pong room. Right here we have a ping pong table. Because we used to have one in our basement, so I thought it was gonna be cool. We have a TV with a sound speaker right next to a couch. And we have a very cool bookshelf. That took a while to make, so. With blankets. With lots of blankets. Explain the bathroom, Nathan. Explain the bathroom.
All right. So how we made the bathrooms with the bathtub all the way in the back. We also made the sinks all the back corner. And we made the toilet. We made the toilets kind of the same. And I would like to say thank you to Nick who made that very realistic. And we made a shower line up here.
And the toilet goes up and down.
Yeah. And
they can't see your hair. All right, second level.
Okay, I'm doing the kitchen.
I'm doing the kitchen thing.
Okay, go to the kitchen room. It's over here.
So we had the small kid room with some LED lights in the back, a dresser and this rug. And then we have a little poster of this random dude right here
on a newspaper.
And then we got some like cushions and pillows in the back. And there's a bed.
With blankets.
With blankets.
Of course, with blankets. And we have our kitchen and some pom-pom food, which doesn't make sense. We have some paper chairs, a stove, a fridge that can't hold anything because it's like thin as paper. And we have a little plant here. I think it's a plant. It's probably not. It's a
Looks like a
claw. It's a claw plant.
All right, third level.
Why are you being so specific with plants?
Oh, that's Cynthia.
I'm explaining it.
Okay, so this is the adults' room here. We got a little nightstand, a rug with glitter also. Sand. A closet where they can put their clothes and stuff like that. And their bed with a removal blanket and a removal pillow.
And they have a closet that they can't open.
All
And then
right.
we also got some little toilets. decorations right here.
Okay.
Wait, Nathan,
All right.
you explain the toilets. All right. More toilets.
Can you see it? Oh, there we go.
So this bathroom is kind of the same like the other bathroom in the basement.
Also created by Nick.
Yeah, same thing. This time we covered the bathtub in orange tape to make sure it doesn't fall.
I made the bathtub.
No, you didn't. And then we also made a sink with the removable paper, I see.
All right.
And we also made a cool green rug in it.
All right. And for the action in the back.
Oh, cool.
This is apparently a glitter pool where someone poured in glitter.
Someone sus.
Most of it was from the pool toys right here, but then
books.
someone was like, glitter was already in there, so I guess I'll just pour more.
Apparently glitter was already in there,
That's
which
all.
no one believes.
All right. That's our tiny home.
Wait,
Did you have any? Oh, sorry.
We also created this front porch.
Was it you supposed to explain it?
Oh, right, you were. My bad.
Stop taking all the credit.
We also made this front porch out of cardboard.
Front porch.
Um,
Those are the lights.
These are the lights. And it's like a little balcony.
All right.
With some,
It's a
and these are the
balcony on the
gates.
ground. It's a balcony on the
And
ground.
some nice
wallpaper. Get this
Yeah.
wallpaper.
All right.
This made me hungry. This made
So
me
do you have
hungry.
questions?
Yeah, y'all.
Be very hungry.
Wow. There's no way you could have known that you've made this house for me. Not only do I love all the blankets, I love the pool. So thank you for building me my perfect house. I super appreciate it. How many people worked on this project?
Me,
All of us.
everyone,
All of us worked on it.
except some people who were.
Most of our senior groups, senior specialty and senior traditional. So about 15
Some
kids,
people.
maybe.
Wow, 15, holy cow. And what are some of your favorite parts about the house?
The pool. Someone's grabbing my leg. Get off of me,
The
Keith.
toilet. I don't know why it's the toilet.
And I would be remiss if I didn't ask,
Kids
Ping
better.
pong table. Hey, and we also have some
How,
going on. Stop.
how environmentally conscious is your design?
Oh, we forgot solar panels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a chimney. We also have a chimney that you cannot see because you're very low.
Yeah, I'll lift you up. Whee! Very long chimney and the rooftop.
Now,
And
and do y'all
has
think
food
like
on
a
it.
7-year-old, do you guys think a 7-year-old would like to live in this house?
Yes. Yes. If it was the size of a 7-year-old, dude, stop. If it was a size, like a house that a 7-year-old could fit in, I mean, probably.
Most likely.
Except that they eat for breakfast.
Yeah, and also
It's a carrot.
and also
a
that the
tomato. Will you please not touch our food? That is unsanitary.
Okay, guys.
and I think they also like the little play thing at the back, right here, but the ping pong table.
I think the ping pong table is a bop for sure.
Henry made.
Henry,
Um,
yes, Henry.
Well, Arlington, thank you so much for showing us your tiny home. Excellent and well done. My judges, yes, thank you all so much. Thanks to Miriam.
You're welcome.
What's
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
What's your score?
So to my judges, you have seen, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different tiny homes. Your task is daunting before you. Please judge accordingly based on our challenge. Remember, we're looking for safety, resourcefulness, and something else that I will remember here shortly. Yes, safety, functionality, and aesthetics with an eye for environmental consciousness, building skills, and imagination, in addition to creativity, resourcefulness, and rules of inclusion. So my judges, good luck to you. What a tall order you have. Thank you again to our Branch Challenge Committee, Diane Tate, Holly Peterson, and Melvin Reed. Thank you for helping us put this on today. Remember that the Branch Challenge winner will be announced August 2nd at the Patent and Trademark Office. I'll be there. We'll be giving out winner prizes as well as plenty of hands-on activities for all of anyone who comes. Thank you to our Thingamajig chairs, lashaun.murray and Ben Runyon, for all your help putting on today's event as well as next week's event. Shout out to the GOAT herself, Janice Williams. Thank you for creating this huge special event, 29 years in the making. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Delta, Washington Gas, Google, Eat for Change, Montgomery Printing, FAA, Patent and Trademark Office, and Equitable Financial. We wouldn't be able to put on huge events like this without our sponsors. And finally, thank you to our CEO, Andrew Reese Hawkins, and our acting CEO, Pan Curran, the senior team, and all the board members. Truly a group effort. Thank you to everyone who came out today. Thank you to all the campers and counselors who made their tiny homes, to the adults who supported them, and to the squad here at YMCA DC. Thank you for coming out. Ethiopia, play us out with my favorite song, please.
It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. Come celebrate the energy of children.
Hi, Lindsay, dance with me.
YMCA, it's a special day for us to get together. So bring family, I can't wait for them to see my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby.
Here's Marianne, she loves this song too.
My thing, baby, my thingamajig, just to inspire the things we like to do. Art, science, and technology, just to name a few. So today, to have some fun, I think I will compete with my friends. I just might build a Benz. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thing, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thing, baby, my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thingamajig, my thingamajig. My thing, my thing, my thingamajig, my thingamajig. It's my thing, baby, my thing, baby,
Lindsay, my dear, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for having me.
it's my thing, baby, my thing.
Thanks for coming to Thingamajig Branch Challenge, y'all. See you next week.
Thank you, Lindsay.